Welcome back to the Midweek Update.
This week, we're following trends around MEPM.
In the Skull and Bones program, who do people turn to for guidance?
Those stories and more as Midweek Update travels around MEPM looking for stories behind the big events here at school. I'm Haley Hepworth.
And I'm Riley Freed. And welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the MEPM community.
B&B's Ava Scheffler takes the time to analyze the dangers of peer pressure.
And Tom Morrow is here with this week's Week in MEPM Sports.
And of course, Matt Nano is back to find out what you, the MEPM community, are thinking in this week's Nano on the Street.
But we start with some lighthearted fun with B&B's Emily Yuck. She looks at some of the new trends going around the MEPM community.
Oh, are you going this way? I'll follow you. There are great mysteries that have been unable to be solved throughout history, such as how the pyramids were built and why chocolate tastes so good. But the biggest mystery of all is why people do the things they do and like the things that they like. People usually do things that they see other people around them doing. The herd mentality that humans are born with contributes to trends.
I wear clothes like Nike and American Eagle and things like that, and I watch TikTok, which a lot of people do.
A trend is something popular that other people will start to follow. It can be anything from behavior, clothing, attitudes, sayings, etc.
Trends exist everywhere, from the types of water bottles people use to the type of shoes that they wear.
I have one pair of Yeezys, but the only reason why I have them is because I got them for free, so no, I don't buy designer clothes.
While some people follow trends, others, known as trendsetters, start them all on their own.
I set one trend at camp 3 years ago. I wore Crocs to camp and no one was wearing them at that point, and then all my bunkmates started trying them on and they all liked them.
The one place that everybody agrees is the hub of following trends is high school.
That it allows people to embrace their identity and try new things and be creative, and I guess it can help them figure out who they are a little bit as they're growing up.
Some people follow trends because it makes them feel as if they are part of a group.
You know, being a part of a trend means that you're kind of a part of a group in a sense.
People try to fit in. So I think if something's popular, sometimes it might be just because everyone likes it, but I think a lot of it is to fit in with the rest of the crowd.
We all know that people follow trends, but after talking to professionals, we now have a deeper understanding into why they do so and what goes through their head when they do. From B&B News, I'm Emily Yucht.
There are some interesting rituals springing up at MEPM.
How many trends on that list were you aware of?
A few.
You know what we should all be aware of? Peer pressure.
B&B's Ava Scheffler takes a look at how following that the majority of people are doing does not always lead to positive results.
We're filming now.
I think self-confidence is built primarily when one is very young.
The lack of self-confidence really can be a big obstacle for a lot of students.
Since I began my career in the Bellmore-Merrick School District in 1998, there have been a lot of changes. How have their attitudes changed? I don't know it's so much that students have changed as there's been tremendous change in the world.
Would you consider yourself a confident person?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not.
No. Who's someone who makes you feel not so confident?
Maybe not like one person in general, but sometimes like probably myself.
People that are judgy.
Like a lot of people, I guess.
You're really
talented, and you're an amazing friend, and I think you're really beautiful.
Thank you.
I think you should return that.
I say we just do Thanks. And what's a compliment you wish you could receive every day?
I'd like to know
That you're smart, maybe, I don't know. Or you're funny, I don't know. Any compliment's nice.
That there's always tomorrow. There's always another one. Keep going, because you can do it. That I'm intellectual in what I do.
I say this to my 9-year-old daughter, if at the end of the day you put your head on your pillow and you know you gave it your all that day, that's the best that you could do. Be kind to other people and just know that everybody brings something different to the table.
Like, you're just an amazing friend, like, you're someone I can trust, and you're really, like, you're just a kind person, and you're so genuine, and, like, I really appreciate you.
I love you.
We're joined by Ava Scheffler here in the studio right now.
We're filming now.
Ava, peer pressure is a prominent contemporary issue, especially in an era of social media. What compelled you to discuss this topic?
Well, a lot of people in my class were discussing like all the fun things they can do with it, but I had this idea in my head for a really long time to kind of have like just make people smile and like why people are struggling with self-confidence and like how can they improve on that, because I know like a lot of my friends struggle with that. So like just making them smile was like really fulfilling. So I just wanted to do that.
What's something you learned that didn't make it into the final edit?
I actually learned a lot. I cut down a lot of interviews and like all their answers to kind of get like the effects of just like a lot of people. So one of the interviews was my friend Nick. I had Chris interview him, and his answers were very descriptive, and I wish I put them in, but they were very interesting answers, and they were exactly what I was looking for. I just had to cut them out.
Hopefully, people will get the message and they will strive to make positive and safe decisions. And Ava, congrats on What's Poppin' Pirates.
Oh my God, thanks.
It looks like another B&B hit show. Now, for a look at your midweek week in Mepham Sports, here's Tom Morrow.
5, 4. Hello and welcome to this Midweek Update Sports. I'm Tom Morrow, and I'm in the control room today for a couple reasons. But before we get to that, the girls' varsity basketball team took on Calhoun at Calhoun, where they won 44-40. Sophomore Riley Clark had 22 points of her own and adding 10 rebounds. She ended the night with a double-double and the season with a double-double. So very, very good by the girls' varsity basketball team and Jim Movey and the Pirates. But to the boys' varsity basketball team, a big night on Monday, where they had Kayla Donnelly-Smith night and crosstown rival district, Calhoun.
We're here for a Conference A1 battle tonight with huge playoff implications between Mepham Pirates and Calhoun Colts. Makai Beckett, fourth leading scorer in Nassau County. He's going to be able to do some damage tonight. Shots! That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Does he get it though? Does he get it? No, they pull it after.
This game really meant a lot for us. I mean, obviously it's a rivalry. Mepham and Calhoun. I mean, we lost the first one, close loss. That one hurt. And I mean, this game meant whether we were the 4 seed or tied for the 2 seed. So we really had to put it out there for us.
So the big question of the day is, did Greg Paul get the shot off in time or not? And that's what we're here to find out. Replay technician Hannah Broxmeyer is here to roll the tape for us today. So if you want to roll the tape, Hannah, we'll take a look at it as one of the last plays of the game here, and is the last play. So Rich Vaquero drives. He's unable to get it. It's kicked out to Greg Paul. Greg Paul shoots it, and that's where we're here to find out. Did he get that shot off in time or not? As Mepham could have won the game there, but as we roll the tape back a little bit, we're going to hear, and make sure you hear out for the buzzer because that's mostly important. It looks like he is short there. The buzzer is at 0.26 frames, and his shot is at 29, so it's a tenth of a second short, and he's short in less than a second, so it's a big shot, but you know, a tenth of a second short. So there you have it. That's your midweek update sports. I'm Tom Morrow. See you next week.
Thanks, Tom. A big week in Mepham sports indeed.
Finally, we'll take a look at one of the vital leaders of the school's Skull and Bones program, Gus Bresnader. Now, the other half of B&B's What's Poppin' Pirates team, Luke Melfa, has more on Gus and the people who follow him.
When you think of the word leader, most people think of sports team captains, school founders, or even the president. But rarely do we think of the president of the drama club.
Gus is a special case. In 2015, we did a spring musical called Pippin, and it required us to have a boy that could not be played by a high schooler because the boy had to be young. And he had the time of his life, and he made really great connections with everyone. And I think from that experience, he was able to see what the essence of this group was and what it's about. So I think that motivated him to want to get to this point in his life. Now that he's here, I mean, when he started as a freshman, his work ethic was through the roof. Not only was he there at rehearsals, but he helped with everything behind the scenes and really made himself indispensable. I really can't imagine what the last 2.5 years would have been like had Gus not come to this school and had gone elsewhere.
As president, I don't really have, during the productions, I don't really have a specific job, but I like to maintain the flow of the production, make sure everything's working how it should be, everything's kind of on schedule, that kind of thing. If someone has any questions, I can always help them or give them some guidance, you know, with either it be cast, with helping them with lines or something, or crew to help train them. It gets a little tough at times. It's definitely a little bit tough. Drama takes a lot of time. But it's an art form to balance homework with club activities. It definitely feels odd. From the presidents that have been before me, they always seem much more mature, and that might just be because they're seniors, but it definitely feels weird to have this position.
While some presidencies can be controversial, Gus's is widely appreciated by many.
I think Gus is a valid leader and deserves the role as the president of the drama club because of how much time and effort he puts into the club alone. He puts hours on end programming all the lights for the light board, making sure everything is perfect alongside Mr. G, and overall just incredibly improves the quality of the production, and you know, the plays and the musicals always come out better than expected. Personally for me, Gus has taught me how to do the lights, and I started out with spotlights, and he ran me through those, taught me how to use those. But I think more importantly, he's also kind of accepted me into the group, into drama, and kind of introduced me to the group as a whole. And I'm thankful for that, and I'm glad that, he's the president of the club now, and he totally deserves the position.
His big initiative, I believe, because he has so much background with the behind-the-scenes aspect, as opposed to all of the presidents who came before him were primarily actors, he sees that sometimes the crew is the afterthought, because when you're behind the scenes, you're not really seen, and the glory mostly goes to the actor. So, his real big thing is not only should the cast feel part of a whole, but the crew should be part of that whole as well.
In the coming months, Mepham's Drama Club will be performing the musical Footloose under Gus's leadership. You can follow Gus and the rest of the talented members as they step into the spotlight. From B&B, I've been Luke Melfa.
It's always fun to highlight the fantastic leaders in our community, and if you haven't seen What's Poppin' Pirates yet, be sure to check it out on the B&B YouTube page. Now for a new edition on Midweek Update, let's take a look at what the community has to say about who they follow on social media on Nano on the Street.
I'm Matt Nano, back with another edition of Nano on the Street. Today we're going around the halls of Mepham finding out who students follow on social media. Let's go. Who do you girls follow on social media?
Shawn Mendes. Ariana Grande.
What celebrities do you follow on social media?
Like LeBron James, Kylie Jenner, yeah, a lot of athletes.
Who do you follow on social media? Like what celebrities?
Follow Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, LeBron James,
Ariana Grande, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
The Rock.
Why The Rock?
Most entertaining man in the world.
Why Justin Bieber?
That's my favorite artist. I've been obsessed with him since I was little.
So you guys said Peaches and Kylie Jenner. Why do you got it?
Because she's so pretty.
Peaches? I love Peaches. Peaches makes my day. She helps me cope with my anxiety.
Yeah. When I'm feeling down, I watch Peaches and I'll be like, I have so much to live for.
Why should we follow you two on social media?
Because I'm amazing.
Okay, why should we follow you on social media?
I'm a good time. I like my posts and stuff and everything. She posts nice track photos. Yes. Very photogenic.
Why should we follow you on social media?
Because I'm crazy. Well, I'm gonna do a little. You shouldn't. I don't post that often.
Nice job, Matt. I'm glad we could take a look into who the students of MEPM follow. So that's it for this week's Midweek Update. We'll be back next week with all new stories from around the BMCHSD to take you inside the parts of the community we don't always get to see. Until then, I'm Riley Freed.
And I'm Haley Hepworth, and we'll see you all next midweek.